हेलो एवरीवन, दिस इज अनिवेश, द हेड कन्वेनर ऑफ दिस सीजन। एंड आज का वीडियो होने वाला है काफी ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेटिव, क्योंकि आज हमारे साथ हैं अर्श भैया, जिनके साथ हम बात करेंगे हाउ टू गेट एन इंटर्नशिप अपॉर्चुनिटी। सो बिफोर आई विल स्टार्ट द सेशन, आई जस्ट वांट टू इन्फॉर्म यू दैट अर्श भैया हैव हिज ओन यूट्यूब चैनल, जहां पर वो काफी सारे रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल है। सो इफ यू आर एन इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट एंड लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर इंटर्नशिप और प्लेसमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी, सो और यू आर ए Tier 3 कॉलेज स्टूडेंट एंड लुकिंग फॉर ऑफ कैंपस इंटर्नशिप अपॉर्चुनिटी, तो नीचे दिए गए लिंक पे जाओ, अर्श भैया के चैनल पर जाओ, क्योंकि वहां आपको मिलेंगे डिफरेंट रोड मैप्स, डिफरेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज, और वो सारे इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएंगे जिनकी आपकी जरूरत है। नाउ ओवर टू यू अर्श भैया, विल यू प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस आवर ऑडियंस about
Hi
yourself?
Aniwesh, thank you so much for inviting me here. Hi everyone, this is Arsh Goyal. I'm currently working as senior software engineer at Samsung. Uh, talking a little bit about my background, my experience. I have worked in multiple technologies throughout my college. I have been into various communities. I have done some internships at different companies, different organizations like ISRO. I have I have an experience working with some of the startups BitGrit. Along with that, I run a community on YouTube where I have around 60,000 subscribers, where I talk about interview preparation, where I talk about opportunities, where I talk about where I bring people to get the podcast done, where they share the experiences. So it has a lot of content related to interview preparation, particularly for software engineers. If you're someone looking out for software engineering content, you might check it out. Along with that, I put out content on LinkedIn also. So yeah, that's a brief about me.
Thanks. Now, first of all, Bhaiya, a lot of our viewer may be new to the word internship. So, will you please explain what is internship?
So internships basically, it's a kind of, you can say, a small part of a job that can help you understand, that can help you learn the industry skills, that can help you get yourself on the lines key whether you want to actually go into this field or not. So let's say you can say it's a free trial to your actual job. So when I say free trial to your actual job, so trial means ki, let's say you have your complete job. So trial means ki, let's say you're working for 2 months, 6 months in a particular organization, and you get to understand the work culture there. You get to work upon different technologies, and you can know ki whether you are actually liking this type of work or not. So that's basically a potential opportunity for you to understand your interest, whether you are really interested in this domain, or also like whether you want to work in this particular industry or not. So after your internship, you gain some experience in that particular field, and maybe you can multiply upon that experience later on. You can build on some more projects, you can build on something related to what you have gained, what you have learned, like the skills that you have gained in that internship, and maybe that can actually help you land a job. For some people, internship means getting a pre-placement offer. If you have an internship with a very big organization, be it Adobe or Microsoft or any of these organizations, so they have a culture of providing a pre-placement offer where they judge you based upon your performance in that 2 months period or 6 months period, and provide you with an opportunity to work with them as a full-time employee. So these are the things that you might refer to as an internship.
Yeah. And when an engineering student will start preparing for internship, I mean, when to start internship?
So there's no particular fixed timeline, but the first thing is, once you get into a college, try exploring different things in college, be it software engineering, product management. A lot of other fields are there. Somebody's into design, somebody's into entrepreneurship. So it's up to you which fields you want to explore. I would say try exploring out that field, and then when you decide upon something, build your skills in that. It's not just doing internships directly. Try building your skills on your own. Try learning some particular frameworks. Try learning data structural algorithm. Uh, Try to solve as many problems as possible. Then look out for internships, maybe in your second year also. If you feel that you are well skilled, you have all those skills, you have built some cool projects, so maybe you can get some good internships in your second year itself. In some of the startups, they definitely would take you in their internship program. Nowadays, big companies are also targeting people who are in their second year, be it JPMC, be it Flipkart, be it Google, be it Microsoft. So all of them have their programs for second year people also. So you can get an internship in these companies in the second year. Ideally, in your BTech degree, there is a compulsion of, let's say, one internship or two internships as per your degree. So for that, maybe you will have to do an internship after your third year, so that is a summer internship of 2 months that you definitely need to do. For some colleges it might be something different, but in general you need to do a 2 months internship if you belong to any of the NITs, IITs of India, or 6 months internship in your final semester. So that is something that is prescribed.
Yeah, and you explained very well about how to start preparing for internship. Now, my question is where to apply for this internship position.
Yeah, so application of these internships, like there are first of all, I would say to build your profile on platforms like LinkedIn, make sure you have a good profile over LinkedIn. You have access to different platforms like Hacker Earth, Hacker Rank, Dare to Compete. So these are the platforms that basically list down different opportunities by different companies. You can go there. Also there are other platforms, like if you feel that you are connected with some founder on LinkedIn, and you can if you like the type of work that they're doing, you can definitely reach out to their team, or you can definitely reach out to the founder himself or herself about your interest in the particular team. Tell them why you how you can contribute well in the team. Put out a cold email. Definitely there are good chances if you are approaching any startup, they would reply you for sure. So this can be one methodology. Secondly, applying for internship openings on different job portals, be it job portals, I would say the companies conducting online competitions for different brands. So these kind of competitions you should take part in. Try participating in hackathons. Through them also you get some internship opportunities. Try to network with people. So these are the multiple channels through which you can get internships. Along with that, if there is any company opening, so you can get it through referrals also. So these are the major things that you can look forward to applying for internship. Also try following out people on LinkedIn who post about such stuff, so that you can get to understand like which company is currently hiring or what will be the hiring scenario soon.
Yeah, you mentioned about LinkedIn and you also said to make connections with people. So, will you please elaborate how LinkedIn is helpful to get an internship or placement opportunity?
See, LinkedIn is not just a platform where you can go and get referrals. It's a platform, basically a content. LinkedIn is turning into a content development platform. Like let's say I'm putting out something on LinkedIn, and it is being watched. It is being seen by some, let's say, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 1 lakh people. So it is a kind of thing that adds value to you, value to your life. So let's say if I am putting out something, it is adding value to somebody's life. If I am reading out some content, it is adding value to my life. So it's a platform that through which you can add value to each other's life and network with people, right? So once you start putting out content, once you start reaching out to people, once you start building your profile, you automatically will start getting DMs. You automatically will be reached out by recruiters. Here, if they'll see if you have skills, if you have built some cool project, let's say you have built some cool projects, you have made a video out of it and you have put it on LinkedIn. So let's say if some company founder sees that video, and they can definitely their talent acquisition team can reach out to you to like if they really like your work, so they can get you as an intern. Secondly, you can approach the company from your end on if you feel that the company is working upon the same tech stack that you are more interested in. So you can reach out to the software engineers at that company, you can reach out to the founder at that company. He or she would be more than happy to take you if you match those skills. So first thing is skill building, second thing is networking that can help you get these opportunities at all these major companies.
Yes, for sure. And is there any prerequisite for getting an internship opportunity? Will you
See,
please
as per
mention those prerequisites?
prerequisites, so matlab, it's all your skills. So if you are aiming at any startup, so I would say you should be skilled at any one of these particular development skills, be it back end or front end, any of these technologies. Maybe if you're comfortable in Node.js, or maybe you're comfortable in Django, so these skills can be one part. Secondly, if you are aiming at good product based companies, for the major criteria through which product based companies hire is uh, problem solving skills. So they test these problem solving skills using data structural algorithms, as 60 to 70% of the process of these major tech giants is data structural algorithms. So make sure you are well prepared with DSLGOs. You know one programming language, you know computer science CS fundamental like OS, DBMS, and computer networks. So that's it for a good big product based company. For a startup, any of these development skills would work out.
Yeah, and you have already mentioned the required skill for getting an internship, and you've covered a lot on your channel about resume. But फिर भी आप अगर एक brief में ये बता सकते हैं कि how anyone will prepare their resume. for getting an
So,
internship?
so if I talk about resume, so the things that you should keep in mind while making a resume is that your resume should not be more than one page. It should be a single page resume. The first and the most important thing. Secondly, try making your resume crisp and clear. It should have limited points. It should not be very exaggerated. It should have limited things, but it should be to the point. So there are different sections on a resume. If I talk about, there's an education section, there is experience section, there is project section, there is achievement section, and there is like your coding profiles if you're particularly applying for software engineering roles. So these are the major sections that you have in your resume. So the first thing is skills. So if you're applying for a big product based companies, make sure your skill section should have DSL, C++, or any of the language that you know, and your computer science fundamental. That's the main requirement. Secondly, experience. If you're in your first year, second year, you might not have that working experience. So maybe if you have done any of the projects in college under your professor, you can mention that in your experience section. Thirdly, if I talk about projects, so in projects, still like you need to have one or two good projects. It can be in any technology. There's nothing like web is more important or ML is more important. It can be any of these technologies, but make sure you know in and out of the project that you're working upon, right? Next thing is achievements. So achievement section can involve your rating on competitive programming platforms like CodeChef, Codeforces. Apart from that, you should also make sure that if you have participated in some hackathons, if you have organized some hackathons, so that can also be put in your achievement section. And lastly, your coding profiles. So coding profiles, make sure you give links to some of your coding profiles, be it LeetCode or GFG or any of the platforms that you code upon. And while mentioning your projects, also make sure you list down your projects on GitHub and provide the link to that GitHub on your resume. So that makes more impact, and that is generally more preferable.
Yeah. And there is one more question, that is, should I do unpaid internships?
It's a bit tricky question. It depends upon what is the actual aim that you are looking forward to, whether is it's getting your first experience, because there can be a loop that you go and apply for an internship, they ask for experience, you don't have experience, then you again go and apply for internship, they ask for experience, you don't have experience, and this loop continues. So to get out of this loop, maybe if you are not getting any opportunity, you can go for an unpaid opportunity. But if you have skills, if you know that you can contribute to the team, you can build something, you have experience, so then it's no use going for an unpaid internship. Then you should definitely look forward to a paid internship, because if the internship is paid, so company is also more responsible towards you. They know that they want to get work out of you, and you will also get something valuable out of that internship. You will have that mentor with to whom you will be responsible for. So in an unpaid internship, generally what happens is you might end up wasting some time. So to overcome that, try looking out for paid internship. If it is your first internship, then you might look for an unpaid internship to get out of that experience non-experience loop. Else it should be a paid internship always.
Okay, I am just updating the question because I have got lots of DMs on my LinkedIn. Actually, people, folks who are from Tier 3 college, they used to ask me, भैया मैं इस internship के लिए apply कर रहा हूँ, and they are asking a charge of something 2,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees for internship. So should I pay for internship? That is my next question.
No, that is not the case. You don't need to pay anywhere. Like wherever you see they're asking for money to do an internship, so that's something fraud. So that's not at all advisable. So, rather than doing that, make your own projects at your own end. So that is something that I would advise. Don't do such kind of internships that just sell you the certificates for some money or some amount of experience. So that's of no use. So avoid doing that.
Yeah, that's not internship also, वो एक training program होता है. So
True, true.
okay, and one more question. What if I don't have any industry experience?
So that only I mentioned, na, ki if you don't have any industry experience right now, so like for most of the big product-based companies, this does not matter whether you have an industry experience or not. Even folks who are not having any experience, they just sit out for placements. If they are good at problem solving, they are getting hired. Industry experience definitely would give you a plus point, but it's not a mandatory thing to go for. So rather than just looking out for ये क्या कहते हैं हम, experience, make sure like you are well skilled. After that, go for any experience, whether you're getting a paid or an unpaid experience. That depends upon whether you're applying for the first time or not. So take your decision accordingly. It depends upon from individual to individual.
या एंड नाउ आई हैव बिकॉज आपने काफ़ी ज़्यादा कवर किया है अबाउट डिफरेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज, उनके रोड मैप्स जो डिफरेंट कंपनीज होती हैं, बट विल यू प्लीज एक्सप्लेन इन ब्रीफ इफ समवन इज अप्लाइंग फॉर एसटी अपॉर्चुनिटी दैन मस्ट हैव स्किल्स इन देयर रिज्यूमे.
So if someone is applying for an SDE opportunity at a good product based company, so I would say he should be good at problem solving. That means he should have done a significant number of problems on platforms like LeetCode and Geeks or InterviewBit or any of the platform that people generally prefer. Secondly, he should be comfortable with computer science fundamentals. So which all computer science fundamentals? Concepts of object oriented programming, concepts of operating systems, concepts of DBMS. So these are the three subjects, three things that you should be comfortable enough in. And one or two good projects in your resume is the basic requirement. Like this is the minimum threshold that you should have once you're applying for a software engineering role.
Yeah, and for data science internship.
For data science internship, it is more likely depending upon your project portfolio. If you have some good projects, some really good projects in your resume, so still I would not say you won't be asked data structural algorithms. Even in your data science interview, you might be asked data structural algorithms, so that's a mandatory thing. Second thing is you should have good project portfolio. Like you should have at least 3 full capstone projects where you have worked end to end. You should know each and everything about those projects. So that is something that is more preferable when I talk about data science. Your project portfolio matters a lot.
Yeah, and for project management.
For project management, it is kind of a mix between a tech and a non-tech role. Basically, project management and product management. So there are two things: project and product.
So actually, I misspelled. That is product management.
Product management, right? So product management is something that is a mix of tech and non-tech. Like if there is someone who is looking out for a role that gets him into an IT company, and he has to work with software engineers also, designers also, business people also. So this is a midway role, right? He's the person who is responsible for one particular product. He has to converse with business people also. Like let me give you an example. Let's say there is Swiggy Instamart, right? Swiggy wants to launch Instamart, and for that Instamart they have chosen one particular product manager. So now what is the role of that product manager? First of all, he will discuss with the team what exactly is the product. He will write down the features of that particular product, and it is his responsibility. He will go to the design team, he will ask them, he will explain them the process, what exactly you are going to do, and get suggestions from design team on how the design could be, where to place this button, where to place that button, where to place checkout button and all. Next he will go to software engineering team, he'll ask them, he'll tell them what the product, and what could be the scale of that product, how many people could be able to click that particular button at single point of time, what could be the scalability, and each and everything software engineering will do. Then he would go to the business team to see what are the business prospect of this particular Instamart feature. Like let's say if we are organizing Instamart, so whom we should target? Should we target metro cities? Should we target people in tier 2, tier 3 cities who would be more comfortable with such a product, and analyzing data and numbers? So this is the role of a product manager. If I talk about skills particularly, you should have, first and the most important thing is you should be able to converse well. Your communication skills are must for a product management interview. Secondly, you should be good at guesstimates. Once you'll search this term, so you will get information about what guesstimates are. You should have some product sense, product development. Like you should know such type of questions. Like if somebody asks you to design, let's say design WhatsApp for blind people, so if you are designing WhatsApp for blind people, what would it be, how it would look like, how would you plan it from scratch? So these kind of things are very necessary from the point of view of uh,
Product
getting into
management.
product management.
Yeah, and for dev roles.
For dev roles, if software development and dev roles, you can say it's one and the
Yeah.
same thing. Particularly if you're talking about dev roles, so I from dev here I'm taking to somebody who is into development, he has not done data structural algorithms. So that is what I'm taking this dev as. So the person is more suitable for startups, or he's more suitable for open source organizations, so he should apply for gsoc, he should apply for outreach internships and all. Secondly, if he should apply for different startups like growers like swiggy and all, so they have their specific requirements that they want people who have done gsoc, so they want very good developers. So if you are like very skilled in javascript, if you are very skilled in backend, front end, or any of these technologies, so definitely you can try out for startups if you don't want to do uh, if you don't want to do DSA. But like if you want to move into a big product based company, then definitely you will have to do DSA once.
Yeah, for sure. And for front end.
For front end roles, it's that specific tech that you're working upon. Maybe like html, css, javascript is something that is most required. Apart from that, you should understand in-depth knowledge about javascript, then maybe any of these framework in javascript like react or so. So it depends upon which particular framework one chooses, so he or she can continue with that, but he should be perfect in that, he should have some good projects in that. That's it for a front end.
या फॉर श्योर, थैंक यू सो मच भैया, आई थिंक वी हैव कवर्ड एवरीथिंग, बट फिर भी अगर आप लोगों को कोई डाउट हो तो गो थ्रू द लिंक, मैं लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दूंगा, आप लिंक को चेक कीजिए और अर्श भैया के चैनल पर जाइए, वहां आपको सारे इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएंगे रिगार्डिंग इंटर्नशिप, प्लेसमेंट, रोड मैप्स, एंड there are different upcoming opportunities like in July there will be Goldman, there are few more opportunities like in October there will be Google APM. So go through his channel and check those out. Thank you so much for everyone for joining this session, and thank you Asbia.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on this channel. Thank you.